stark reality behind Green Boots, the deceased climber who stands as a sombre reminder of the perils of Everest, is a chilling tale. The dynamics of existence alter drastically when scaling Mount Everest, particularly as one ascends higher. Those who have experienced it can confirm this. Amid enduring physical and mental strains, attempting to rescue a comrade can result in a double tragedy. Retrieving bodies out of respect is deemed impractical. As moral standards shift, fallen climbers from previous expeditions are viewed as landmarks. The circumstances of a climbing catastrophe, amidst teams of driven individuals at 8,000 metres battling fierce winds and suffering from hypoxia, dehydration and fatigue, remain uncertain, as Michael Elms, a professor at Worcester Polytechnic Institute in Massachusetts, explained to the BBC. The calamity in question occurred during a 1996 expedition involving Indian climbers with only one survivor. Among these climbers, one in particular has become legendary for being left on the mountain. Amongst mountaineers, he is known as Green Boots. Lying near a rocky alcove is the resting place of Green Boots, his jacket pulled over his face as if he is still seeking shelter from the elements. Green Boots acts as a noticeable landmark for climbers making their way through the Death Zone towards the summit. Approximately 200 such bodies serve as altitude markers on Everest, symbolising the height more than anything else. The number of bodies on Everest increases annually due to climbers who perish on its slopes. As time goes by, they become frozen to the mountain, making it difficult to remove them, especially at high altitude where even a few steps requires immense strength. The idea of using a pickaxe to free a body seems absurd, let alone the challenge of bringing it back down. It's believed that the real name of the individual in question is Sawang Paujor. Paujor, a former Indo-Tibetan border policeman from a small village called Sakti, had successfully summited several other mountains during his career. His mother shared that he inspired to bring benefits to his family by conquering Everest. Having grown up around mountains, Paujor was familiar with them. Reports suggest that Paujor, along with his companions Sewan Smanla and Dorji Marup, either disregarded or failed to notice the signal from Deputy Team Leader Harbhajan Singh to turn back as they approached the summit. Despite Singh's intuition of impending danger, his colleagues persisted. One of the common, fatal errors in the Death Zone, above 8,000 metres, is the summit fever that grips some climbers. Driven by the desire to reach the top, they overlook crucial safety considerations. Singh believes this was the case for his fellow climbers on that tragic day. While he returned to camp, they continued onwards. A radio call from them confirmed their summit success, followed by a brief celebration, but their triumph was short-lived. A blizzard struck during their descent, and they never made it back. The senior deputy leader of the team reported that Dorji's body vanished, leading to speculation that the body in the Green Boots could be Lance Corporal Dorji Marup. Although not determined with absolute certainty, Paujor is the most likely candidate for the body in the Green Boots. For approximately 2 decades, the Green Boots remained in the same position where their owner had fallen. Aspiring climbers began to recognise his frozen body, particularly his boots, as a significant landmark that they had to navigate on their way to the summit. According to mountaineer Noel Hanna, around 80% of those approaching the summit from the north side take a moment to rest in the cave where Green Boots resides. This small enclave offers some shelter from the wind, making it a popular spot for climbers to catch their breath or have a quick snack. However, many climbers found it unsettling and even disrespectful to have to step over the deceased body of a man who perished while attempting the same climb. In May of 2006, a 34-year-old British mountaineer named David Sharp also passed away in the same cave while trekking alone, which is already an extremely risky endeavour. Sharp was attempting a feat that was considered borderline irresponsible, as he attempted to reach the summit without the use of oxygen tanks, a task that even experienced Sherpas find dangerous. Although Sharp had some mountain climbing experience, he was not adequately prepared for the challenge he had set for himself. It's unclear whether he reached the summit that day, but regardless, Sharp fell victim to hypothermia as approximately 40 other trekkers passed him by in the area known as the Death Zone. According to the Himalayan database, most climbers who perish do so either while ascending or descending from the summit, with fewer fatalities occurring at base camp. Additionally, the records indicate that foreigners are more likely to lose their lives near the top compared to experienced Sherpas. In 2014, Green Boots' remains were moved and placed on the sheltered side of the mountain, possibly as a sign of respect. Recovering a body is feasible for the Sherpas on the mountain, but it comes with a high cost and risk. The issue of visitors on Everest coming across bodies has prompted some attempts to address the problem. Historically, deceased climbers have been left on the mountain, with their bodies either ceremoniously placed in crevices, pushed down steep slopes, or hidden under rocks. The continuous influx of visitors climbing the world's tallest peak has taken its toll over the years, resulting in not only bodies but also litter and human waste marring the landscape. The guided tours have transformed the journey into less of an authentic adventure and more of a status symbol for those seeking recognition. Some climbers argue that the annual clean-up efforts led by the Sherpa guides since 2008, which have removed approximately 15,000 kilograms of trash and over 800 kilograms of human waste, are a more commendable achievement to boast about. As climbers strive to surpass previous limits on Everest, the story of Green Boots serves as a warning of the consequences of ambition and the formidable force of the mountain.